Welcome to the third part of this series of how to create your own mask from clay to casting it. And I'm going to use this material, the Cast 300 from Smooth On. The same thing, then the mix with the mold, the Ribbon 25. The box shows you how to use it. It's really simple. One part A, one part B, and you mix it and you have your resin. This is really friendly. When casting, like I mentioned, you have to worry about bubbles. They can be everywhere and it's a nightmare. Actually, I'm gonna put a photo because probably you won't be able to see it. But this resin that I use is a clear resin, and that's something also as another tip about if you want to do a clear mask. A lot of clear resin, another type of resin, you have to wait like 6-7 hours. So it's not really useful for the technique that we're gonna do. So over here I have so many bubbles. I have even huge ones that I didn't even notice, which it looks pretty cool because I have a monster. I don't know if you can see it. When I create this creature, I didn't even thought about him breathing, and with this bubble, it looked really cool because it breathes. Right now it looks yellow. You can check that video if you want to know a little bit about it. And the photo looks different because I put a blue light on the bottom. And it's really important that if you don't have those pots that will remove the bubbles from the resin, to use something really friendly. In this casting material is really, really friendly. You don't have to worry about it. So let's do the mix. One part A, one part B, the same amount. Using again my clear cups and to make sure that everything is correct, because like I mentioned before, if you do a little bit more, a little bit less, could be that the casting just doesn't happen and you will have like a rubbery plastic or even more liquidy or even sticky. I just eyeball it and I never had really that big of a problem. And if you take your time, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. We have a kind of yellowish solution in a transparent one. We just have to mix them together. You can apply usually to the transparent one any type of colorant if you want the resin to be another color, but this is gonna cure white. And then mix them together. You have 3 minutes to mix it, which is a lot of time, but not really. And what I'm talking about is like, first of all, this technique is about using just a small amount of the mix. Over here in my video, I put too much of the solution. So I was having to move around, like this is okay. But if you can see the mold, I'm gonna see if I can, because it has all these scales, I have to make sure that the solution goes inside every single scale completely. Otherwise it creates bubbles. In a small solution will help you do that. Go slowly, move it just around. You will see the mix that it will start slowing down. If you want a flat surface on the back, I really recommend that when you see the solution kinda slowing down its movement, just stay there and you will see white, and then in seconds it will be cured. Doing also a small amount, it will give you more time, because yes, you're gonna have to mix it and you see that you only see one color. It will take you like a minute or even less, and then you have almost the 3 minutes to decide where you want the resin to go. So the small amount, it will go more than 3 minutes, to be honest. The more you put, the less time you have. And it's because this type of resin, or most resin, they have a exothermic reaction, which means that when you combine them, they create heat. And when you have a really small one, the heat is not enough to have the reaction react really fast and cure. But if you put a lot, it will warm so much that you won't have time. No, that has happened to me when I create my example. This is the replica on my sculpture of Anubis. I had that problem. It went kind of a little bit fast. But over here, what we want is to make sure that you have enough time. So keep doing mixes and move around your mask. Moving around will help you to make sure that you go everywhere, you go evenly, and that you don't have, instead of a mask, a really, really thick block. One of the things that I didn't do, and it was a mistake, that I didn't think, because I added these holes for the mask on my mold, I didn't put enough. So when I was trying to move on the side to make sure that I grabbed that part, it was dripping. So that's something that if you're planning, just give an extra on the edges to be able to do that. And one thing, in really, really important thing, I haven't done it in all this series, but when you're working with the mold and the resin, please use gloves. This is really toxic, the mold also, and it's really a nightmare. But the resin is really bad for you. When it touches your skin, it will take you more than a day to remove it, and it's toxic. Don't do it, please. So now that you have been pouring, slowly you're gonna see and you're gonna build layers, and you're gonna be able to move around and make sure that it goes every single place that you want. That's why it's really important to know the resin that you're using. It can take a long time. This one, like I mentioned, just take a few minutes. One of the things that happened also, I was trying to put some in the corner because it's the only one that I saw wasn't really even. And I was like, I'm just gonna make another mix. And I put a little bit of one part, but the second part I put too much because it was already with the other part. I couldn't really put it back in the bottle. So I just put a little bit more. I grabbed another mold that I have from a video that I did a long time ago about how to create your own squishy. That was for one of my nieces. And I was able to just put all the resin there, but you're gonna see how fast it cures. Cures in seconds. I was able to have it. I'm gonna show you at the end how that looks like. Another thing that I want to mention is that on the mouth, I put a little bit more resin than anywhere else. I want it to be a little bit thicker because I was a little bit afraid that when I was doing the demold, I could break something over here. It didn't happen after I did the mold. I didn't need to put that much resin there, but it's just something to have in mind when you're casting. If this would have been completely helmet, it would have been enclosed, and you would just move it around, and slowly will create those layers, until you have your helmet. So now that we're done, now that I'm happy and I know that I have the way I want it, my mask, it is not really time to remove. The instructions say that you have to wait. I don't have time. If you are like me and you don't listen, just be careful because it's gonna be hot. And I would really recommend to wait a little bit, wait an hour at least, because if you try to demold it right away, because it's really warm, when you try to remove, you can bend things because it hasn't cured completely, or even break things. And then just slowly I went trying to remove it. You will see that it's kind of glued to the mask, but it's really easy just to pull it. You will hear that sound. One of the things that happened, and I was having a little bit of trouble, the part where I had the holes, they were really making some kind of pressure. So I have to use my tool and really push it to remove it. When I was able to do that, it takes a little bit of the resin that I went into the eyes. I was doing it carefully. I think I could have taken it out really fast. One of the things that happened with this mold is that they say is to create up to 10 replicas, because after 10 replicas, the details will kind of fade away. To be honest, I have created, and I've said it before, a lot of these masks. And I did like 20, and with my eyes, I cannot really notice if there is any kind of detail disappearing, but it's a small mask. So just I want you to be aware on any casting. Slowly the mold will degrade and not gonna be forever. But you can make it last. So I was trying not to break the mask, and I was trying to push it a little bit. Some of the mask actually stay in the resin, and I had to take it off with one of my tools. This is good because that means that in my next casting of this mask, those issues where the mold was attached, most likely I won't have that issue anymore because it already kind of got ripped off my mold. Like I was mentioning, this casting is completely white. When you remove the mask, you're gonna see, of course, imperfection. You're gonna have a little bit of the resin going outside, and it's really easy to remove it. You can use a knife. I do have this tool. It's a rotatory tool. Was so cheap. It was like $9, and after so many years, I still use it, and I'm surprised. I do have a Dremel that right now is in my brother's house. Haven't go get it, but that one, of course, is more powerful and is better. But this little thing has helped me so much, so I really recommend it. I haven't seen exactly one on Amazon, but I'm gonna put a link in the description for similar ones. But it will help to smooth everything around to make sure that if a kid will grab the mask, it's not gonna really hurt themselves, or just a person wanna put it on or something, it's not gonna hurt. So really recommend to do that. And also, if you have bubbles for any case, or you have something that at the end you didn't like, with this tool you can remove and shape things. I recommend that if you want to do like a really extensive modification, you can still do it, but This one is gonna, it's not really that powerful. A Dremel will be just way better for that. And now that I have it, it's time to paint it. I'm gonna paint it with this black coat. Always use it as a prime, but to be honest, I'm liking it. Thinking that this mask, it looks good. I don't need other colors, but I was already planning to use two metallic colors from Lumiere. I'm gonna put it in the description, but they're amazing paints. They come in powder and they come in a liquid. And I just love the metallic, it's really easy to apply, and you don't have to worry about certain effect because that metallic color is kind of comes in two colors mixed. They're amazing. So now let's see, this is the final result. I'm gonna put a video showing you, but look at this. This is my mask. I have the way to put them. I don't know if you will be able to see. Attach them with something and just wear it. So like I mentioned, it's a little bit smaller so it doesn't go completely on my face. But what do you think? This is my old mask, the first one that I did. Even I didn't smooth it really good. But here is my mask. What do you think? Did I improve? Subscribe, check my links, and check my new membership on Buy Me a Coffee. Enjoy art and see you next time. Another thing I think I didn't mention is that before creating the casting is to watch it. You have to watch